Love it. You killed it. And also it's not just to find the referral source, it's for triangle of trust. It's to find how can I commonly trust you? So Dan Keller, are you ready, brother? So Dan, you may be on mute. Dan is the one that brought this Amplify crew together. He was going through his third Amplify. So Dan, before I do the ring in a minute here, I'm going to ask you to, share what Amplify has done for you. But folks, Dan killed it last year. He closed 221 loans. I got that right, Dan, right? It's 98 million. I've got the right slide for you.
No.
Seriously?
I wish I did 221. I did 204 for 89.
Okay.
And 225 is my goal this year.
Well, we got the all-time TCAs right. I know that because I checked it. And this is your favorite book, right? Sell or Be Sold.
Yep.
And this is your favorite quote. The further you walk away from accountability, the weaker you become, by David Goggins. And this is your favorite MC feature, total cost analysis, net worth over 5 years. And I know we're going to be doing an interview on this soon. So before we get into the ring, what has Amplify done for you?
Amplify has done something different for me at every single one. I think the last Amplify in Seattle, a lot of people went deep. At every Amplify, people go really deep personally. I'd already been there, okay? So I didn't have the experience that 10 other people had at that Amplify that I had at my first Amplify. So every Amplify, I take the same notebook, the same notes, but different ahas. And so it's almost like at this point for me, it's a training. It's not a workshop. It's just ongoing training. Renee is, I think Josh put it so eloquently. It's an event that we normally you don't have access to. You don't know we have access to. It's something new that I think everyone needs.
Agreed. So it's not just speaker training. It is how to be a better you and how to go from your head to your heart and connect those two. So let's see how you answer this question. I will tee up Josh Metal. Ring.
Hey, Dan, this is Josh Metal. I am new to the area and interested in getting some information on what kind of interest rates you might have for a mortgage.
Hey, what's going on, Josh? How you doing today?
I'm doing really good, thanks.
Hey, Josh, I have a quick question. How did you hear from me? Did you have an attorney, a financial planner, or a real estate professional introduce me?
I actually found you online. You had done some sort of online marketing that I stumbled across and thought you looked pretty good in a suit. So I thought I'd call you and see how competitive you can be.
It was probably a video. What video do you remember watching?
You were talking about something about baseball, and I connected baseball and mortgage.
Josh, it's a big passion of mine. It's a career that I had for a dozen years prior to getting into finance back in 2009. I was a college professor and a college baseball coach. And it was a perfect fit, me getting into the mortgage industry, Josh, because as I got into mortgage and sales, I immediately saw a gap, and the gap was education. And so the reason why you found my video is that about 12 years ago, I started creating content to educate the consumers, because the consumers, one, you guys were not getting the information that you needed. This is a incredible financial decision that you're about to embark on. It's going to be most likely the largest, I would assume, Josh, that you'll be making in your life so far.
True.
And so a lot of thought needs to go into that. A lot of preparation, a lot of education needs to go into it. I've been hosting homebuyer classes for the last 10 years. And what I've done, Josh, is I've listened over the last 10 to 12 years to attendees of our homebuyer classes, first-time homebuyers that I work with. And I've been able to put together a playbook for you guys. And I do this through videos, but I'm also going to give you something when we get off the call that will answer every question that you have right now about the process, but it will also answer questions that you don't even know that you have right now about how big of a financial decision this is. So I just need a couple pieces of information from you real quick. You mentioned that you relocated to the area. I'm assuming first-time home buyer?
Second-time home buyer.
Okay, awesome. You have a house to sell right now?
I do.
Where's that house located?
All right, so let's pause. You got me off rate. You're moving me down the application piece. Renee, what are your thoughts?
Dan has such a brilliant, powerful way of being an authority and immediate authority in what it is. And I mean, obviously, again, diverted triangle for trust, know where the marketing is. And the guy just, and I love that you said, I saw you online somewhere. And he's like, it was probably a video. It says probably, but he drove that for a purpose, yeah, which was to tee up his frame that he was a college professor, college baseball coach, which builds the ethos that's immediately tied into, I saw a gap, which was education, which led into why you saw the video. I mean, it was just full circle. He knew where he was going. He knew why it was. That's his value proposition. No matter what we could have said, we would have heard something along those lines of what his value proposition was, which was I just love watching him do that. The ethos, frame, gap, education, and being an authority. And of course, as you said, drove right to application. Beautiful.